Hey, welcome everyone. I am DwangoAC here with TASbot. I'm going to let these two folks introduce themselves.
I am Skipper, resident Mega Man expert.
I am KXP, resident Mega Man scrub.
Sure.
Speed scrub.
So this.
Can we get someone on the camera to turn the camera to TASbot instead of us?
Yeah, I know. Maybe we can move him over a little bit.
I'm afraid of knocking him over. So.
Yeah, that's a reasonable fear.
Because this is the star of the show right now, not us. He is the star.
Although the real star is the person who made this run.
Yes.
Do you remember who that is? Oh, okay.
I can pull it up.
We're going to get that information. I should know this. I believe Pike and FMP, I can't remember everybody who was involved in this. Not FMP, Pike and somebody else. We will get the right answers list. The problem is I've looked at so many tool-assisted speedruns about Mega Man, they're all mangled in my head. Anyway, we are going to get started. So if you haven't seen a TASbot run before, it's basically a way of sending the input directly to a Nintendo console.
Here we go.
Through the electrical ports.
Pike and...
Hey, I was right. Pike and, oh my, I cannot pronounce that.
Tien Kalwer.
Tien Kalwer? Oh my goodness. Anyway, we'll get it right.
Tien Kaiwer.
So I hope that's the right run too. So we are ready to go. We're going to power on the console. It'll take a second for video to come online, so you'll see everything starting, or you'll hear it before you see it.
Do you want to do a 5-second countdown?
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, TASbot, you can do this. I believe in you.
I believe in you, TASbot.
Oh, that cropping though. There it goes. Except for we don't have any video.
There we go. Video.
There we go.
All right. So, Mega Man 3, this game is notoriously laggy.
Yes.
I'm going to preface this whole run with this game is laggy, and TASbot is going to do its absolute hardest to make sure to mitigate as much of this lag as possible.
It's also the Mega Man game that introduced the slide, so
yes.
You won't see Mega Man not slide for very long.
Mega Man sliding, TASbot slides more than the average human runner for this game. Basically, TASbot does what a human can't. He will do frame perfect movements. Every movement in this is precise, absolutely precision, precise to every little movement. You will not see a single mistake. You'll even see some tricks that are so technical that we can't do them as humans. Such as like earlier you saw that frame perfect jump. This little area, even TASbot can't do it perfectly because it's just not easy. But yeah, this run is notorious for destroying anyone who's ever played its thumbs because you're constantly sliding. So this is Top Man. He's just going to hit him every single frame that he is vulnerable to be hit, making quick work of him and doing a little dancing at the same time because he can't stop the top.
And he also ends in the middle of the screen, so he doesn't have to walk to it.
Yeah, so the older Mega Mans 1 through 5, you cannot walk around at the end of the boss. You can in Mega Man 6, so you want to make sure you're as close to the middle as possible so Mega Man doesn't have an auto walk before he gets to the middle, gets the weapon upgrade. So TASbot is always going to end the final boss, or the final shot in the middle of the arena there. So we're going to go on here to Shadow Man. This is a stage that is notorious for making a lot of newer runners have a lot of resets because of how many spikes and just how much lag there is. There's going to be a lot of lag that is mitigated in this run due to the special abilities of TASbot. First, we're going to meet a Rockman's not brother, Breakman, and he's just going to make quick work of him.
Yeah, the thing about Breakman is that he doesn't have any invincibility frames.
There's no iframes, so as fast as Mega Man can shoot that Mega Buster as close as possible, he will do it. So those little towers that turn the sky into space are lag generators, literally. So TASbot is actually going to do like kind of a despawning method where he's actually going he goes on the screen, gets them to appear, and then disappears off the screen. Doing a couple fancy dance slides here to get through without any damage. Easy peasy. That room is annoying in a normal run.
Now, if I remember correctly, there's like a couple frames where you can't jump out of a slide at the very beginning.
Yeah, and that top spin will actually do this. All right, let's see if he can do this. Oh no, he almost ran. Oh, and he's good. So top spin is notorious that if you hold it down and you get hit, you actually just drain your entire energy reserve of top spin. And TASbot is like, oh no, I still got one left. I got this. This is fine. saves that one just enough of the energy from Shadow Man just to defeat him like that. So we got Shadow Blade, which is used for the majority of the run, and Rush Marine, which you're going to only see like once. This is where TASbot is going to diverge from the normal path, and he's going to go to Snake Man. One of the best themes in the entire game, which has an already fantastic soundtrack as it is.
Oh, right. The weakness order in Mega Man 3 is kind of weird.
There is no specific 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weakness order. This game actually has the most divergent... Oh,
there's Zip.
Zip right there. So that was the snake zip. Basically, if you press up against the back of the snake, slide away from it, and then slide toward it, in this almost like within like 2 or 3 frames, you can actually just slide right through it.
Human viable?
Even viable. It is, or human viable, yes. I believe Fast A at CC is really good at doing that.
So, we didn't get Rush Jet from Shadow Man. He exploited a bug where you can press right from Shadow Blade, and you can still select the Rush Jet even though you don't technically have it yet.
Yes, I forgot about that bug actually. That's why now I know why I was so confused why he didn't have any energy from Rush Jet.
But yeah, you just need to find some ammo for it, and then it's there in your
inventory. It generates itself.
Yeah. Now, he's despawning Rush. How is he doing that?
That I don't actually know. I think that might be just part of. I don't know. That's a neat. That's the only trick in this task, and I've seen it. I'm like, I'm not exactly sure how he does it.
So TASvideos.org does have a game resources section. It's probably documented in there someplace.
Okay.
You can go to TASvideos.org and click on game resources and look for Mega Man 3.
Oh, by the way, that was Snake Man if you didn't see. The slipperiest robot master in the world next to Bubble Man, I guess. Who's also not very slippery. All right, so now we got Search Snake, which is a fun little weapon. I believe we are now going to head over to Gemini Man's stage. If not Gemini, then Needle. Nope, Magnet Man. I am completely wrong. So a lot of the older speedrun routes for Mega Man 3 actually started with Magnet Man first, because you do get Rush Jet here. So it was kind of perceived as like the best starting point for the run, but then actually turned out Top Man is actually the easiest one to do with just the Mega Buster. Oh, here's Proto Man again. Sorry, Break Man. He's not Proto Man. Spoilers. Obviously making quick work. Each one of those little plunger guys takes 3 shots to kill.
Yes.
And because more than one on a screen will just cause so much lag, TASbot wants to make sure that he is just not letting any of them stay on the screen as long as possible.
Some of this looks pretty normal.
Yeah, most of the stuff is actually pretty easily done. Easily done for the average Mega Man speedrunner. If you ever decide you want to get into speedrunning Mega Man 3, there is a great community for it. However, I have to warn you, you will get calluses on your thumbs. That's Magnet Man. Quickly done with Shadow Blade. Good job, TASbot. Proud of you, buddy.
Yes, Magnet Man has 2 weaknesses. He's weak to Shadow Blade and the Spark Shot.
Yes. But he's much more weak to the Shadow Blade. All right. So now I know where we're going after this one. We're going to go to Hard Man.
Okay.
If we don't go to Hard Man, I'm just going to donate $10. Okay, we're good. I'll probably donate $10 anyway.
Sure. And who are our donations going to?
All our donations are going to Child's Play, a wonderful charity here. Balthazar is like the man to actually have all of the ideas and speech on Child's Play. It is a wonderful charity that gives games to kids in hospitals as well as family abuse shelters. So, and they actually donate 98 cents to every $1 you donate.
Nice.
So it's really, really good charity. So we're doing this for the kids. TASbot is running Mega Man 3 wonderfully for the kids. So as you can see, he's also doing a couple swag starts. He's using Rush Coil to jump up ladders faster than you normally would climb them. Saves a lot of time. These Met dozers are also notoriously laggy, so obviously take care of them at the edge of the screen as much as possible. There's some of the lag that I was talking about. So this game, unfortunately, wasn't quite finished when it was put out.
Oh, that's interesting. He sort of jumped off the top of the screen as he transitioned.
I saw Breakman, and then I didn't see Breakman. This game was actually, Skipper can fill in the gaps for me on this one. This game was actually kind of rushed out, rushed out the door because Capcom wanted to capitalize on the popularity that was Mega Man 2.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of unfortunate bugs that are throughout the game, but actually makes the speedrun a lot more fun, which we will see here in a little bit if we don't go to Gemini Man next. Unfortunately, it also includes a lot of lag. However, the ROM hack community, if you know anything about that, is wonderful, wonderful community. And they've actually released a ROM hack that fixes all of the major issues with Mega Man 3, the lag, some of the bugs that are included, makes it just run so much smoother. And it's if you can play the ROM hack, I believe it's the MM3 Ultimate.
It's called Mega Man 3 Improvement.
Improvement. Right, Ultimate is yours.
Yes.
Which improves upon the improvement.
So I get the impression this level is extraordinarily laggy.
Yes. So as you can see, the entire stage is flashing. So any more than I think 2 enemies on the screen at once just causes this game to, causes this stage to have a hissy fit.
So obviously, everything you see is manipulating lag above all else. Although I'm sure it gets to it. I seem to recall that lag gets to it anyway.
Yes. There are some situations where you just can't avoid it, and a little bit of swag wall bouncing there. TASbot's got to show off, and these little dust piles are also lag generators, and they hurt a lot when they hit you, so you just kind of want to get through them as fast and quick as possible. These little hallways are annoyingly painful because if you don't remember to either do a tall jump, or you can do a tall jump and hit one of those screws, get knocked right down. Do a slide where you're not supposed to slide, get knocked right down. Do a short jump where you're supposed to slide, get knocked down. It can be notoriously bad, especially for a casual player of Mega Man 3. And that was Sparkman. He has multiple places he can actually jump to at the beginning of the run. TASbot got lucky and got him here in the middle.
Now, I saw there before he entered the boss room, it looks like there's a frame where you can pause the game before the boss fight starts? Because he switched to Shadow Blade as the door closed. I was not aware of that.
I must have missed that one. All right, so here is the first fun, kind of glitchy stage in the run.
I would say this is arguably the most difficult stage of the initial 8.
Absolutely. These little penguins here don't help. The guys in the sky, as you can see, drop little fireballs that you have to kind of wait out or jump around, sometimes on ledges that are normally not easy to jump around. TASbot's also getting really good manipulation of weapon drops. Here's the first jump. So that room, you are not supposed to be able to skip. And then a zip. Skips upon skips here. So let me go with the first one. When you're hearing the whistle, when you go to that little door right there, you will see, normally you wait for the whistle. It's only half the whistle, not the full whistle. Proto Man appears, breaks the platform, lets you go through the stage, goes on normally. However, because you can slide into that screen, if you jump off of a certain little window, you can actually bypass the entire whistle, which then causes this. Where's the music? It also creates some garbage with the penguins. As you saw, they looked oh so lovely. They were actually supposed to be penguins, but as you can tell, they weren't. Followed by those little tadpole eggs. If you have Mega Man under a certain one of them, get on Rush Jet, shoot one that has a specific tadpole in it, because you can always know where the tadpoles are. You can actually zip through all of the eggs, making the stage a tiny bit faster. So here's Gemini Man. He hates snakes, and he's already gone.
That previous room, he seemed to just completely skip by the boss.
Yes.
Is that normal?
Yes.
Okay.
So Gemini Man is notoriously difficult without Search Snake because he has a clone, and they both, you have to generally defeat the clone before you can actually get to Gemini Man, but they both take the same amount of damage.
There's also a bug sometimes where you can destroy the clone and then shoot the real Gemini Man, and then he'll despawn and you'll be stuck in the room forever.
Yep.
Okay, that's not good.
But Gemini Man stage is really fun because that's the first time, yes, I said, first time you will hear that music audio disappearing act in this run. You'll actually see it again here later on once we get past the first initial 8 Robot Masters.
And the removal of the music isn't just removing the music. It actually does reduce lag slightly.
Yes, the music surprisingly actually creates a bit of lag. So getting it removed outside of, you saving time by going through that jump there, you actually save a bit of time just by removing the music from the screens. I didn't get to talk about it because I was already talking about the other things in Gemini Man stage. That last little room where he was jumping over those tiny little blocks, shooting the search snakes on the fish. That room is notoriously difficult.
Yes.
Because you don't only have these little fish that are jumping at you as you're jumping across these tiny little, blocks. You are also having to deal with these dragonflies that are jumping down. That was Needleman, and it's absolutely terrifying. Needleman, so what he used there was Gemini Beam. That weapon, if you do not hit your target, will just bounce around the room
And
creating insane amounts of lag.
Yes.
And you have to wait until it bounces around enough times to disappear before you can shoot it again, wasting a ton of time. So TASbot knew exactly where Needleman was going to jump and made sure to hit every single one of those shots before that laser could cause lag. Now on that screen, you could see 4 of the 8 stages kind of crumpled up, and then 4 other robots. Oh, god dang it. TASbot, stop dying.
So I believe what he did was he
He framed perfect.
Yeah, he hit the spike on the same frame that the screen transitioned.
So technically he died, but he's still going.
Yeah.
And what was the benefit of that?
Reduces lag. So on top of getting rid of these little holograms that you see, like that one right there, getting rid of the music on Shadow Man stage actually reduces an insane amount of lag. Also because it's just kind of fun. Just, you get a little quiet time. Nice and Mega Man and chill.
So do we have any prizes during this block?
All the prizes are constantly ongoing throughout the entire marathon. You have the Azure Striker Gunvolt starter pack. You have the Nintendo Switch grand prize, which you donate $25 and you get entered towards that. We have little prizes here and there. We have, if you donate $1, you are entered to win Lord of the Dance. Michael Flatley returns as Lord of the Dance, either VHS or DVD. We are not kidding. We have a ton of these. We also have a Royal Wedding.
Why do we have Royal Wedding? It's been everywhere. It was stuck on the couch.
I mean, that's what they want you to do. Is they want you to just enjoy the Royal Wedding for the rest of your life.
Apparently.
So, as you've seen earlier, and now as you're seeing here again, some of these Robot Masters are familiar, but not in the sense that you saw them earlier on in this game. The Robot Masters that he's fighting in these revisits are, in fact, the Robot Masters from Mega Man 2. The robots that you see them dropping down into are called the Dock Robots, and they kind of have all the collective fight data from the Robot Masters from Mega Man 1 and 2. Or, sorry, just from Mega Man 2. That would be awful. It was 1 and 2. And you basically just have to refight from your past. And I believe that was kind of added in last minute as filler because the game, again, was unfinished when Capcom wanted to put out. So they were like, okay, well, we'll just add the Mega Man 2 Robot Masters again with revisits that are slightly more difficult.
And they aren't entirely identical. The hitbox is much bigger, so they're much more difficult to dodge, if not nearly impossible.
And if they hit you with their weapon, here's more zips here.
Yes.
Oh, it's so fun. I love seeing that. They do like a third of your damage, third of your health.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you can just pause in that one frame window before the boss fight starts. That's actually something that I watched this run 2 or 3 times and I never caught it.
Every time I watch this,
something new.
Well, there's so much complexity, right?
So, fun fact about that pit, if you don't have any rush jet energy, you're stuck and you have to reset the game.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You are completely stuck. The game is just, you're done. So you have to hope that you save the password from the previous stage. Because this is back in the day where passwords were important. Making quick work of that room. That's the only time you will. No, we didn't even see Rush Marine there. He used Rush Jet, so you don't even see Rush Marine. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they got rid of Rush. Oh, there's another one of
did it
those.
again.
They got rid of Rush Marine entirely after Mega Man 4 because they were like, well, it's kind of redundant because you got to jet.
Hey, it's Bubble Man. Weren't we just talking about him? Also, shout out to Commander Keen in the front row here.
So, unless there's something really notable in this boss fight, some quick things to know about. This is being done. Man, that was fast.
That's a normal Bubble Man fight for you.
This tool-assisted speedrun is found on TASvideos.org. It was originally made in an emulator. We converted it into the right format for this robot you see right here to play. And TASbot is pressing all the buttons by going through this controller cable directly to the console. You can see in the front, I know it's probably tiny on the screen, but there's a visualization board. We've replaced the buttons in a normal controller with lights. That was done by Micro 500, who also made the replay device we're using to send the button presses to the console.
Let's get a round of applause for Micro 500.
Yeah, no kidding.
Being
awesome.
able to help Dwango set up TASbot for everyone's enjoyment. So where can we see more of TASbot?
So you can find more about TASbot at, well, you can go to TASbot.net, which has a listing of all the tools assisted speedruns with console verified. There's also the GDQ VODs section, which lists everything we've done at GDQ events. But probably the best place, if you want to be involved in any of this, if you want to see the sausage being made, if you will, go to TASbot.
Twice!
Wow. Twice? Really?
Oh,
3 times?
3 times! TASbot, you're crazy!
Good grief. Go to discord.tasbot.net. If you go to discord.tasbot.net, most of the really fun stuff happens on that server. So swing on by there. It's a very welcoming place. Don't worry, we're a very cool community.
I've only been there for like a few days, and they're all like, hey, you're really cool. It's like, okay, cool.
So I'm not lying, see?
It's a good place.
Okay, what was that for?
TASbot, are you losing your mind over there, buddy?
Yeah.
You good?
So this particular playthrough, this tool-assisted speedrun was a ridiculous number of re-records. If he still has it up on his phone, he can tell you how many times it had to be, the re-record count, how many times they had to back up and try again.
I might. Give me 1 sec. That's the Mega Man-athon schedule. You don't need that.
You just had it. If you don't, it's okay.
I did. I don't know where it went. Oh, it was in Gmail, so I had to reopen up the Google Chrome through Gmail.
In the meantime, what do you think of the strategies in this run?
I was particularly impressed with the zips that they did in Gemini Man stage. And I believe, Kay, when you played Mega Man 3 for us for...
Oh, don't talk about that.
What?
No, just go ahead.
For, I think it was Mega Man-athon 3 or 4, you accidentally did one of those zips.
I think so. I actually completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I totally did it on purpose. Totally on purpose. I think I was so busy trying to make commentary that I just ended up zipping, and I was like, what just happened? Let's see how many re-records there were. Submission 4033.
That's the submission. Just click on submission notes. So typically if you go to test videos, there's a movie publication file that just has a short summary. But if you click on submission notes, you can see the author's notes as well as what version of the emulator they were using, things like that. And it lists the re-record on the right. So you can see how many times someone had to retry a specific section.
I'm actually missing what says submission notes.
Author's comments.
Oh, author's comments. Oh my god, I'm literally blind. I knew that.
So it'll be on the right-hand side there.
Okay. Re-record count. 132,334.
100,000 plus times. Can you imagine hitting any button on your keyboard 100,000 times? Like, and that's just the number of times you press the button to back up.
TASbot, you need help. What are you doing? What are you doing? He only has 2 health. Okay. I trust the robot. He knows what he's doing. Okay.
All right. I would never enter that fight with only 2 health.
God, no. that little health there, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to need that. Crash Man is ridiculous, so being able to enter that fight with only 2 health and know exactly what you're doing is just insane. That was Breakman again, because they wanted us to fight him one more time.
Yeah, and you saw
to prove a point.
There's a frame where you can do inputs at the start of the boss fight, so he jumped up on top of the ledge so he'd be closer to him when he spawns.
When normally, this is on Rockman 3 instead of Mega Man 3, so you saw Japanese text there. That's to reduce lag.
Yeah, reduce lag.
Well, and to reduce cutscene length because the text is shorter and a bunch of other things.
Basically, what Light was saying, that Dr. Wily bamboozled us once again, of course, because it's Dr. Wily. They were working on a robot called Gamma to kind of help bring about world peace. And Wily, in his wily ways, decided that he wanted Gamma for himself to take over the world. So he took Gamma. And Dr. Light was literally screaming, going, Dr. Wily stole Gamma! Or at least that's in the American version. Little penguins, hi little penguins, bye little penguins. And that's the last time you'll ever see those little penguins. We will miss you guys.
And funny thing, they actually misspelled Dr. Wily's name in the English version.
W-I-L-E-Y.
Yeah.
Now that skip, that little jump there, it's so much fun to watch. It's like little tiny frame perfect jumps that you're like, that's not possible. And then suddenly he's like 20 feet in the air and you're like, how did you do that?
So the layout of that room right previously there is actually different in the Japanese version because there's a bug where if you die and respawn, you have a chance of getting stuck inside the terrain.
This is the Japanese version.
Yeah. The room layout is different in the Japanese version compared to the American version.
I thought the American version, does the American version have the spikes?
No.
That was a turtle, by the way.
Yeah. The room before the boss door with the little energies at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you die and respawn there's a chance you can get stuck inside the block.
So thank goodness TASbot didn't die.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that boss is actually really super easy. You can either, like he did, use the Shadow Blade, or you can use Topspin just to kind of like do really quick work. Once you defeat, I think it's 4 or 5 of the turtles, the boss just spontaneously combusts.
Yes.
Swag strats shooting the Shadow Blade backwards. Always fun. This fight that you're about to see normally is excruciatingly painfully slow, but TASbot is going to make it look excruciatingly painfully fast. So
only because we're jealous.
TASbot is going to shoot the Shadow Blade as fast as it can, and just so as you can see, it's Yellow Devil, Mark III, I believe.
Mark II.
Mark II, because it's not in Mega Man 2. And normally you will do a 2 cycle with this. So he's going to take a damage boost right there and just
wow,
rapid fire. I think that was 30 DPS.
Yeah, because you have to press a button and release a button, so the fastest you can do it is 30 frames a second.
We do have one $5 donation that says, "Go TASbot, go!" Thank you, Anonymous.
Speaking of donations, we are at $8,600, and if we reach 10,000, there is an incentive to shave Brian's head.
So Brian Belcher, our generous host, has the most wild hair in the world. I don't think anybody but him likes it, and he's willing to he's willing to shave it all off at $10,000.
And he wants me to do it.
And he wants Skipper to do it.
That's
right after the Mega Man 7 run.
Is he going to give his hair to the children?
Unfortunately, we can't donate hair.
Oh.
We're not famous enough yet.
Okay.
So this boss is normally
a lot harder.
A lot harder. There's 3 different clones of Mega Man, and Brian's about to make a comment about me making a comment about his hair. He's showing the hair off. This is about to go away if we can get to $10,000.
Oh wow.
His little side flop mop.
I'll probably grow it back all out.
Yeah, he you blink and Brian's hair is growing back out. There's 3 clones of Mega Man. Only one of them is real, however. The other 2 are just holograms. In order to determine which one is the actual clone, it's the only one in those 3 little teleporters right there that actually has a kind of teleport in blip, while the other 2 just kind of appear. Fortunately for TASbot and for speedrunners, we all know the top one is always the first one, is the real one. So here we are with the refights. Just TASbot's going to make quick work of them.
And I believe you're going to see him use the Robot Master's own weapon against them.
Sometimes, yeah, like right here, Gemini Man's weapon.
Yes.
Nah, we're good.
Each Robot Master in the game takes 4 damage from their own weapon.
Yep. It's literally a quit hitting yourself run. Make quick work or hard man there. All right, you can't stop the top. There's actually a glitch with this fight that if you hit him with that hard knuckle too fast or too close, you can actually get locked in a kind of jumping, punching animation until all of the death sprites are off the screen. And even then for like 2 more seconds. So you just, if you do that, you're just like locked in position. You're like, okay, now I can move. So again, just making quick work, staying on the teleporters to make sure that he can just get out of there as quick as possible. Doesn't need the health because he's TASbot. Using Shadow Blade against Shadow Man, of course. Not as effective as Metal Blade, but still super good. Amazing refights.
Also amazing graphics in this game. Good music, good graphics. I'm amazed how far they pushed the original Nintendo with this game.
Yeah, Capcom was always like at the top of their game with their pixel art.
Yep. So this boss fight, you literally can't do anything for like the first 10 seconds. So
Yeah.
TASbot's just going to hang out, do whatever he needs to do. Get rid of that turret and then another damage boost and do what he needs to do. Fire, 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 fire.
Huh. Did you see the bullets coming from the other side of the screen?
That happens normally too.
That's weird.
That's happened to me too.
I guess it's because like the screen wraps around from left to right, and half of the boss was off the right side of the screen.
That Wily actually doesn't have iframes either, so TASbot could have, in fact, defeated him almost as fast as Yellow Devil. However, because he needed to be on the left side of the screen for the cutscene, he made sure to do a little bit of slow strats by jumping over, hitting Wily with the Shadow Blade. So here's Gamma. This is the final boss of the game. Coming up on time here in 1 second. That was the first half of Gamma, and that's the second half, and time.
Time, that's it.
Let's give it up for TASbot.
Good job not having any performance anxiety. Now, there are other people here I need to credit if they are still in the room. Are TyKevin83, Funkmaster MP.
Right there.
Come on over here, guys. Illy.
Come on.
Let's see, who else is here? P4+2. We've got some really important folks up here. I'm going to have them come on over onto stage. I know that they weren't expecting that, but one of the things that I can't stress enough.
Come on up.
It's never just one person. There is a whole host of people that are involved in making this happen. Funkmaster here on stage. I don't know if somebody can run the camera so it can actually be seen, but
Brian?
So this whole crew here has helped out with a lot of different things. P4+2 helped me out with Super Mario World in the past. Funkmaster made a device that is capable of pressing buttons, which is pretty incredible.
Yep.
Man, there's always just a huge list of people involved in all of this, and I just want to say thank you to the whole crew. Again, Micro 500 made the device we're using. There's just so many people I want to thank. If you want to be part of our team, come to discord.tasbot.net and go to tasvideos.org for more tool-assisted speedruns. With that said, I think this concludes the TASbot portion of the run. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it for these guys. All right, thank you guys very much. What do we have up next, Skipper?
Up next, we have Sonic R by our own Brian Belcher.
All right, so you guys are going to get to see the good old Sonic racing game, Sonic R. Thank you guys very much. Enjoy the rest of your MAGFest. Enjoy the rest of the Mega Man-athon.